Well, Ben, I'm glad to have you on today with us. And in today's show, we're talking about how business owners can be successful in their business. And one of the things a lot of business owners are concerned about right now is marketing, right? And how to get their name out there, and really just how to make sure that whatever endeavor they're in is successful. And as a business owner, you've been in the business for decades. How long have you been in business, first of all?
This will be my 40th year.
Wow, 40 years. Okay, so for the business owners who are watching, what piece of advice would you give them to help them to be successful? What's one of those key qualities they should have?
Work hard, be nice.
Oh, is it that simple?
It's that simple. Really, the keys, first of all, find your passion, something that you can believe in selling and believe that you can support and aim and also make a living at. So the key thing is find what you want to be good at, or find your connection, and then you can build a story, build a brand, and hopefully build a career.
One of the things I've observed in just talking to you, actually get a chance to speak with some of your clients, because I've interviewed several of them, is they've been with you literally for decades. What do you think is the formula that has helped you to have those long-term relationships?
To me, the formula is quite simple. Go back to basics. I'm a salesman 8 hours a day, but I'm a consumer and a person not selling 16 hours a day. Treat people as you want to be treated, and they will treat you the same. From time to time, you find one or people that don't do that, and you'll find these aren't the people you want to do business with.
Have you ever had to fire a client before because they didn't want to do business with them?
I've been fired by a client, and I've had to fire a client. It's a two-way street. Okay. Fortunately, it's mostly good.
Yeah, and that's a good lesson too for business owners, is that when you're first starting out, you're trying to get every piece of business you can.
Of course.
But at the same time, at some point, you have to kind of look at, okay, what are the kind of clients I really want to work with? Are there any key pieces or lessons you've learned to help you to know, okay, which clients you may need to kind of put to the side and which clients you need to kind of really focus on?
Yes, and for me, it comes naturally. If the client's difficult to work with or hard to work with, well, if the relationship is not fun and you're not having a good time working with the client, then it's not a good relationship. Just like most things in life. You can't force it. If it's not working, let's part ways. But most of the time, people do find a way to make it work. And that's the key. Find the people you want to work with. And they're out there. Most are.
Speaking of good relationships, I see the cap you got here. Tell me the story about this client that you're working with here, BG&A.
BG&A, Bud Griffin and Associates, is a client that came to me through my former assistant, Tiffany, who worked with me 10 plus years ago for a couple of years. She is now their marketing director, and when she needs something, she contacts us. We just delivered these hats to her just last week, actually. We did about 1,000 hats for her, and I'm proudly wearing my BG&A hat today.
That's awesome.
They're a client and a Bel Air neighbor.
So tell me about Tiffany. What makes Tiffany so good to work with?
And Tiffany's so great to work with because she worked for me for several years. She understands the ins and outs of the industry, what can be done, what can't be done. And she also knows that we're going to hit a home run for her.
And that's probably what most clients want. They want a home run.
Of course. And for me, it's lightning in a bottle. It's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me a little bit about your process. I know there's probably a lot of things that you do that you probably don't even think about. But when you're first working with a client, tell me what your process is when you first start talking to them versus to a nice completed order.
Right. Well, my first process is, once we identify the product, what we need, I then say, Rollis, close your eyes and give me the picture of the ball cap you see and tell me how you want it to look. Tell me your vision. Then we'll bring it to life for you. Have you take a look at it and have it be a reality.
And what if it's not quite what I wanted? How does that process look?
We go back again. All right, Rollis, what would you do differently now? This was my idea, my interpretation of your idea. Where do we go for, what can we do to improve on this idea?
I love that. And so generally when that happens, you have that collaboration. Most times I would think it probably works at that point.
Most of the time it does work, which is why I stick with that formula.
That's awesome.
It's a no-brainer.
So just to finish this out, what would you suggest if, let's say, you were either a business owner that is relatively new and kind of wants to make a splash, give out a great, nice little promotional item, or perhaps you can give me an idea of what you would suggest for someone who's been in business, more established, and they haven't put something out in a while, they want to do something different or new.
Yep. We need to start at the beginning. What do you have in mind for the product? Is it going to be a wearable, a cap, a t-shirt, a promotional product, something as simple as a USB port, or a calendar, or a desk pad, coffee mug? Tell us your vision, your thoughts, and we'll put together some examples and packages for you.
Makes sense. Okay, very good. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming on. Those of you who haven't done it, if you're not already following Ben, definitely follow Ben's content. He is on YouTube, very active channel. That is brandgear.shop. And then, of course, if you want to start getting involved and get some ideas and start collaborating with Ben, how should they reach you?
Rollis, here's what we can do. Contact us at sales@brandgear.shop.
Thanks again, Ben. Appreciate you being on. And guys, thanks for watching.